Alright, YouTube land, we're back finally with another video. Today we've got a Galaxy 98 VHP. The gentleman from California sent in and wanted to know if wanted it checked out because he can't get out. Everybody says he sounds like crap and they can't hear him, and the receiver's no good on it, and which I can tell it's kind of noisy. The receiver, we're on the dummy load and got quite a bit of static here, so we'll have to figure out what's going on with that. But anyway, guys, the reason you ain't heard from me much, man, we've been sick. Spent last week in the hospital and everything else. It's been a rough last couple of weeks. You know, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we got sick with, I guess, was the flu or something. But anyway, you know, caught up in the bathroom and everything else, and it just drained us. Well, I thought we'd beat that, and then last Monday, come down with another stomach bug. It wasn't the flu. But anyway, I got dehydrated, and next thing I know, passed out. Blood pressure was dropped to 47/20, and wife took me to the hospital, and they admitted me, and they pumped me full of fluids. I still got the battle scars from the IVs, and so I was so deflated they couldn't find a vein hardly to put the needle in. So anyway, but we're on the road to recovery, back on the bench, and I've got several videos I got to post still, and I will be getting to those of work we've already done that needs to be posted. I've got a 99 V2 for Richard, and I've got a couple of radios I've got to post. But anyway, right now on the bench we've got a 98 VHP, and it's looking pretty funky all the way around. So it's doing about a 260 watts on the meter, but as you can see, a lot of that 260 watts is nothing but harmonics and IMD and distortion. So turn this thing up here down so we ain't gotta listen to that. So it's in pretty bad shape. So anyway, we're gonna get into this radio, and we're probably going to have to put a full alignment on it, but we're going to get her opened up and we'll be back. Alright, so we're back with the 98 VHP, and we're looking at it here, and well, we ain't got anything clipped that I've seen or anything. It's just majorly out of alignment. So this radio is going to need a full alignment on it, so we're going to get started on that, and we'll be back. Okay, so we're back with the 98 VHP, and so variable all the way up. We're in this 500 watt slug, 60 watt key carrier. As you can see, well, I've got it on a pretty wide span there, 250 megahertz span. We're pretty clear all the way across the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 audio. Okay, so move it back to 100 megahertz. Looking good. See scope reference 1, 2, 3, 4 audio. Hello. So anyway, 60 watts and pretty close. Okay, so sorry about that. We got a phone call and got us knocked off there. So anyway, that concludes the transmit side of this radio. So we're going to go ahead and hook up to the receive side and see what we can do on the receive and get the receive checked out. The owner's saying that the receive is kind of noisy. So anyway, we'll be back here in just a second. Okay, so now we've got her hooked up to the receive. We're bouncing in at negative or 12 dB at negative 100. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and do the receive alignment on this thing and see what we can get done on it and what kind of improvement we can make, and we'll be back. Alright, so we was able to lower the noise floor quite a bit, and all the way down to, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but all the way down to negative 120. And we're about a dB and a half gain there. So, you know, hey, we'll take what we can get. Main thing is we lowered that noise floor a little bit. It had, you know, quite a bit of static in there, and was pretty rough sounding. So Somebody was turning something. I found that this pot right here, this one here was, somebody had turned that in. So that's the main one that I found that was out of whack. So anyway, alright, so we're going to check the meters, the meter function and all that, and then we'll put it back together and we'll do an overview. So we'll be back. Okay, so we had to calibrate your receive meter, and we've got it calibrated properly. And now we're going to check out the transmit meter, and we'll be back. Alright, so we're back with the Galaxy 98 VHP, and we're going to do a quick overview of the radio. We're going to start out in sideband. We've got the upper sideband. We got variable power all the way up. We're going to be listening on the Kenwood. Now, I do have the mic gain turned down because this close proximity like this, it's going to over deviate and it's not going to sound good. So I do have to turn the mic gain down when we're, you know, a couple of feet away. But as far as you using this radio to speak, you know, talk sideband a block away, or, you know, you're going to be crystal clear across the street. But sitting right here on top of each other, of course, it's especially on sideband. So anyway, we got it working here. Hello, radio, CQ, sounding good right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and we're going to show you, mic gain all the way up, I'll turn that off. The main thing we want to show you is that in these Galaxy 98s and the 94s are notorious about it. They, even out of the factory, is having a carrier on sideband. Well, that's picking up me modulating, so let me turn the mic gain off. There is no carrier. There is no carrier here. I can speed that up a little bit. There you go. There is no carrier. Key in the mic. Nothing registering on sideband. I mean, we've totally aligned this radio from front to back, including the sideband and the carrier balance and all that stuff. So we don't show that very often, but there is no. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Oh, mic gain's off. Turn the mic gain on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Audio check. 1, 2. About 240 watts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, CQ. Well, like I say, and hello, 1, 2, 3. So turn our power all the way down. Hello. Still doing about 120 watts with it all the way down. Hello, radio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Audio CQ. And like I say, no matter where we put it, let me turn the mic gain back off so I can show you. We're keyed. No carrier on sideband. So that's the main thing you want to watch for. And it is sad because most people just convert these radios to frequency and they turn the modulation wide open on them. You know, typical CB shop crap. They might install a CB MPC mod, which is useless. And, you know, they might install that into one of these and, you know, they really tear them up on sideband. But the main thing that I can't stress enough about the Galaxy radios is that I've noticed, especially the sideband models, of course we're talking about sideband right now, the 94 and the 98 VHP both, you know, if you got a special tech that you like and, you know, and you're having them set them up, tell them to check the carrier balance on sideband, because these radios are coming out of the factory and they're throwing a big old carrier, and that's on sideband, which is not good. So just, you know, have people check that out. So it will definitely save you some time and money too, you know, getting it fixed later. So anyway, that concludes, well, not really, because we ain't went to AM. Let's go back to AM. AM power. Right there. Turn the mic gain back up. Hello. Well, we'll go to AM up here, too. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4. Audio CQ, 1, 2. Well, no CQ because we're on AM. Hello, radio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Audio check. Okay, first thing I want to... another little thing I want to hit on real quick, if I can hold y'all's attention just a little longer, is when a radio is properly tuned and aligned, you're not going to have a meter that, like right now, we've got the variable power key all the way down. Variable power is all the way down. Mic gain's all the way up. Variable power is all the way up, down. Okay? Yeah. all the way down, this radio's keying a 10 watt, has a 10 watt carrier, which is pretty close to representing that on the front of the radio. Okay. Okay, so it's 10 watts, modulating about 40-ish on the peak meter. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This meter is not going to swing. The only time this meter and this radio is going to swing over from a low dead key is if you got hack mods. That's the only time that's going to work. I get people all the time, they're not, well, that's the only kind of radio they've ever had is somebody that's, you know, typical truck stop hack jobs that's got, you know, all the swing kits, modulation turned wide open and everything else. Yes. Then you're going to see that meter do this. But not on a properly tuned radio, it's not going to happen. And we'll turn the variable power all the way up. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll see it move forward with modulation. And that's basically the way it works, you know. Hello, 1, 2, 3. It's just like looking at this. I took the PEP kit out. Hello, you see it moving forward. That's PEP kit off on that meter. You see it moving forward slightly. That's what it's supposed to do at 100% modulation. You know, as I always state, you turn the PEP kit off. Bird meter with no PEP kit reads carrier power, not average power, carrier power. It's carrier, CW, FM, or AM, unmodulated carrier. Put the PEP kit in, and you can read PEP, what you're actually doing. Hello, radio, 1, 2, 3, 4, audio, which in this case is we're throwing about a 60 watt carrier, modulating to about 240 watts PEP power with this radio. That's properly tuned. And you know, like I said, they don't need to be doing much more than that because the heat they create. And once you understand that you have to double your power twice, 2 times, you have to double your power 2 times for 1S unit, it makes no difference. It makes no sense paying anybody to put any hack mod swing kits or any other bull crap in this radio, or turning this radio up where it'll do 300, 350 watts. You're not doing anything but shortening the life of your radio. And you know, I'll get off my soapbox here, but anyway, you're just shortening it. The way I had this radio set up, it'll run cooler. You can talk all day long. You can stay longer, and it's going to perform lots better, much better, and mo better. It's going to perform mo better. You're going to talk further with clarity, and you know, trust me. I've got plenty of references of people that I've done these for that said they can't believe it. They can't believe the difference after taking all that hack crap out of their radios. The distance that they talk and how far they talk and who they talk over now. Because everything's, as you've seen on the spectrum analyzer, everything's on frequency. It's going down the pipe. It's not being splattered everywhere. So, all right, guys, I got a lot to do. I've got another one of these we're doing for Mr. Squirrel. We're putting a 2 2879s in the amp section. That's going to be coming up in the next day or two. I got sick. I'm about 2 weeks overdue on that one. So, Mr. Squirrel, your 98 VHP's coming. Just sit tight. I had a blowed MOSFET board, so we're, you know, I sold the radio with the option of 2 2879s or 4 2879s. He went with the 2 2879 option, so that's what we're doing with that. And I've got several other videos of radios that I've done before I got sick that I haven't posted yet. We're going to be posting those. I've got about 4 amplifiers coming up the next week and a half, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, guys, we appreciate the support as always. The website address is in the comments, or not in the comments, but in the description. And that, if you go to the website, www.442built.com, you can find our email address, our contact number, all that stuff if you want to get in touch with us. You know, we just, we're here to serve. So, y'all be safe, be careful, and be kind. We're going to get out of here. Got a lot of work to do. Bump, bump.